Hi guys, and welcome to some more Project Cars action on the PlayStation 4. If you want to support what we do, you can do so by giving us a thumbs up, and if you're not yet a subscriber, why not hit that subscribe button. So we are here at the Rouen Essarts track, driving the absolutely fantastic Lotus Type 40 Ford, competing here in a 3-lap race. And I've sped up the time of day, so you'll notice as the race goes on, the time will carry on and will sort of descend into the late afternoon with some fantastic sun effects. So back in the pack currently, just taking it very gently. This first lap is all about sort of staying out of trouble as we approach this really tight right-hander. And well, enough about staying out of trouble. I make a lunge on the inside there, and a huge moment there. Somehow we managed to keep 6th place, not sure how, but getting away with it there. Losing a little bit of ground on the 5th place car in front, but never mind. So on the brakes then, keeping it in 3rd through here. You know, the car does have a fair amount of understeer, so you'd be constantly fighting the understeer, or at least I was with my driving style. As we go down to the 2nd gear, and it's very deceptively tight turn. Just keeping it in 2nd gear through here. So this is the usual long Rouen Essarts track, just over 4 miles in length and 12 turns. There is a shorter version which is clocks in at just over 3 miles and has 13 turns, but thought I'd go for the full experience. You know, great track, takes a few laps to get up to speed. It's a fantastic track now as we get up into round about the car's top speed here, as we slam on the brakes then, down at the 3rd, down at the 2nd, and you can see the AI much quicker than me through there. You can see the car understeering through there, so you know you have to be patient on the accelerator. But once you get used to the car, it is fantastic to drive. Again, you can see a bit of understeer through there. So up into 4th then, coming up to the start finish line then. There it is, so we're starting the 2nd lap of 3. The brakes here, down to 3rd, and back up to 4th. You know, so a lot of 3rd gear turns on this track. Another one here through here. And again, just braking down to 3rd once more through this section. So again, we'll be approaching that really, really tight right hairpin. So coming through here, very cautious here. Down to 2nd, down to 1st. And just making a little bit of contact there. I sort of barged him out of the way there, not exactly what I intended to do, but sometimes you haven't got much of a choice. You know, it's either that or you sort of grind to a halt and you end up losing lots and lots of time. Of course, it's only a 3-lap race here, so I don't really have much time to hang about. So the Type 40 Ford, you know, pretty quick. I mean, this thing has 385 bhp, gives it 0 to 100 miles per hour time of just 4.8 seconds. The 4-speed car is capable of up to 180 miles per hour, although I didn't get anywhere near that on this track, as we said. But a fantastic experience all the same. See the time of day now, just moving on now. You can see getting a little bit more towards the sort of mid to late afternoon at the moment. And as the race progresses, you'll see the lovely sunlight effects. So on the brakes then, for this sort of almost 90-degree right-hander, pretty much 90 degrees. Pretty tough through there. Again, just down to 3rd gear through a series of high-speed turns coming up now, as we once again approach the start-finish straight, I think, or do we? No, yes we do. Sorry, that's it. For the we're on to the 3rd and final lap then. So you can see once again the sky changing colour. Got some glorious effects coming up for you. Keeping through 3rd through these turns. And final time, approaching that right hairpin. Pretty hairy stuff, you know, particularly when you're racing against a lot of cars. It can be absolute chaos through there with cars riding up on the banks. It's just the one car in front of me, nice and gentle through here, no dramas. Keeping it nice and controlled. You know, lots of fantastic track to drive on, but you know, perhaps not a track for lots and lots of cars. I've got 8 AI opponents along with myself as number 9. You know, I drove this with 12 AI opponents, and it was pretty chaotic, has to be said. So I did have to reduce the numbers and get some glorious sunlight effects there. So just fighting the understeer through there. And again, coming off the accelerator through here, back on the accelerator nice and smoothly. Pick up a nice bit of speed here. So this turn, it's not quite flat, or at least I didn't find it to be quite flat. I did have to lift slightly through here. There's a little lift there, here, and another little lift. And look at that, oh, I'm pushing hard and I managed to get a wheel on the grass there. You know, ordinarily this car is pretty straightforward to drive. It doesn't fight you too much, but the moment you stick a wheel on the grass, you know, you're asking for trouble. So you do have to be very wary of where your wheels are. And again, the understeer forcing me wide through there. So overall, you know, fantastic car to drive, and a great little track as well. So that's it, we're coming up to the finish line, and so that was it for some Project Cars action. We'll have more on the title coming up soon. Hit the like and subscribe buttons, and thanks for watching.